Hello everyone! Today we are going to be doing a mini photo card sorting slash put away slash haul. I'm actually really not sure what these are called in the grand scheme of life and collecting, but either way, I have a stack of photo cards in my hand. I have 24. I did just count these, and luckily I didn't immediately forget the number after I counted, and we're finally going to be putting these away. So I have a mixed group in here, and I think in previous videos I mentioned that I wasn't really collecting. I guess that's a lie. I'm not really buying. I am doing a lot of trading when I can, so I have some trades that I am lucky to say that I am able to put away now. That was a very circular way of me saying nothing of importance, but one of my friends just came back from a little vacation to Korea, and I asked her to get me some nail polish because I wanted to go out of my comfort zone and to not tell me the color and really just surprise me with whatever. And she essentially got me this this green avocado color, kind of, whatever. But I was just kind of laughing because it is so incredibly out of my comfort zone, and it's basically NCT green. So I am glad she was looking out for me and really is pushing me out of those sort of colors that I would normally gravitate towards. And it's nice because honestly I wouldn't spend my own money on something like this color specifically, so I have that at least, and now I have my nails ready for NCT in the future. Okay, so first things first, we are putting away a Mark Cherry Bomb photo card. So because his is horizontal, I don't really know the best way to sort it. I guess it doesn't really matter. I also did just paint my nails maybe 20 minutes ago, so if they start coming off on the photo cards or on my sleeves, no, you don't see that. It's fine. I've been filming some videos here and there, but some of them I don't really like, so I probably will not be posting them, and therefore I don't really know what to talk about because I can't be sure whether or not it's something that I've mentioned and will not post, so I could just be repeating myself. Who knows? But for my 127 collection, I am thinking of seeing if I can trade most of the non-Dream members to being Haechan, Mark, or Taeil. Do Jae-jung, obviously they're gonna stay because I'm happy with what I have for them. Maybe I should trade these to Jaehyun. I think that's gonna be a pretty hard ask for the most part. But all of these Marks over here, I'm definitely gonna stay collecting Mark. As you can see, I do kind of have a Mark pulling gift, not curse, because it's never a curse when it comes to him. But whenever I purchase 127 items, it does look like I tend to pull Mark because I've only purchased 3 sealed NCT 127 items, and this is what I got from them. I think this was a trade. But either way, I only have, 5 Mark photo cards in this little binder here, or section. So I'm wondering if I should pull these out and move them to the Dream binder that I actually have, especially because when it comes to any group content or group albums that Dream has, like Empathy, and then the latest, like 2023, what was that called? Golden Age. I put the Dream members in the Dream binder that I have, so I'm wondering if I should move Mark into my Dream binder, even if he's only doing 127 content. Probably not, now that I'm thinking about it. One, I don't have enough Mark cards to really justify it, and I do kind of want to keep the albums together, and it's not like I'm collecting the 127 members for any of the big group albums. And now that I'm looking at my nails, I do see that there is a difference in how many coats I put on. I also probably just missed this nail, which is gonna bother me until I fix it. And I might just fix it now. I don't know. No, I won't, because then I won't be able to film this video. But yes, so that's it for my 127 collection. Added that Mark Lightstick PC that I think is really cute. Really glad that I pulled that. And now we're going to move on to my dream collection. Here we have my dream binder. I actually don't know if I ever showed this binder. I definitely did most of the decorations recently. I think maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. But yes, I basically just cut up a bunch of the older albums and the older like trading cards I've received from people, and then freebies, stickers, all that stuff. I went through like a revelation recently where I was just going through all of the mementos that I have, and I thought to myself, I have a box of freebies that I think are too cute to give away to other people, but I wasn't using them. They were really just kind of sitting there in a box of mementos. So I thought to myself, I might as well just put them somewhere, you know, do something with them. Make it look like there's actually worth in there somewhere. So, binder decoration we go. Unfortunately, there's no sleeve on the other side, so I can't add it there. But I might do like a cover page with the other freebies that I have. And then here we have my dream collection. So as you can see, I kind of collect sporadically. I really just kind of collect whoever I can get my hands on. And I'm not really collecting based on member for the most part. I obviously do have my biases in here, and with Dreamscape, I am swerving pretty hard from Hichan's lane to Jaemin's mid lane, actually, which is kind of funny considering Jaemin used to not be on my radar at all when it comes to collecting or biasing. So that's where I'm at. Honestly, an incredible era. I don't even have the Dreamscape albums in yet, but I will probably buy them soon. NCT Dream tickets are also, or not tickets, I think the dates for their USA tour are going to be released soon in, what, five days? Because now it's May 3rd. Yeah, so they're getting released in 5 days. I have decided to do multiple stops as long as my vacation days work out. So I'm looking forward to that. I've been watching like a lot of fan cams and looking at the track list for their Dream Show 3. Incredible, show-stopping, jaw-dropping, just amazing. I am so excited for them, but I'm also really nervous. Actually, I'll get to the nervous part later, but like, yes, so in terms of buying the album, I have been holding off on buying the Dreamscape albums just because what was I gonna say? Yes, just because I wanted to save money for the concert tickets. And I also have been talking with one of my friends about collecting, and we started talking about how collecting as a hobby is inherently kind of worthless or pointless. Like, it's not really something that improves who you are as a person. It doesn't improve your health. It doesn't improve your mental fortitude, or I don't know, or any sort of like, how should I put this? Any sort of professional development. And it's not like collecting really ever ends. There's always going to be more merch. There's always going to be more albums and more things to find and collect. But I think we also started talking about how we don't necessarily need to have a hobby that is constantly on the grind. Like, I do think that sometimes we get caught up in like the grind mindset and the idea that you should always be productive. And K-pop inherently is not a productive hobby, unless you're one of those people who's able to find like inspiration through the groups that you're in and through the people who you watch. I think I'm a little beyond that, just given my age and everything. I can look at these people and think, wow, they're good at their job, but it won't necessarily inspire me to do any differently in mine. I guess the only time I can say that I have been inspired by a K-pop group is when I have a grand old time at a K-pop concert, and then I think to myself, I gotta earn more money so I can go to more K-pop concerts. So yeah, maybe K-pop can encourage you to be a better person or a more successful person, but until then, yeah, I mean, K-pop isn't like a sport where you're improving your health or anything like that, so we kind of got into a circle of like, oh, what is the value of collecting and everything? But I do think you need those hobbies where you can just kind of do something mindless. Like, K-pop to me is also not something that I can, well, actually it is. It is something that lets me play around with my creative outlets. I do make those custom trading cards, and then I do collages. And I think that those are things that do kind of help you just take your mind off of work and life as it is. So I think maybe K-pop is a fine hobby. Collecting, I do think there is a line, and it's kind of hard to find where that line actually is. But anyways, kind of a quick segue there while I talk about these. I got a bunch of these cards in. As you can see, I am slowly starting my Jaemin and Jisun collection. Triple J is coming really hard at me this era. Hold on, let me just flip the sleeve around. Which is funny because, like, I think my bias line before has completely flipped at this point. Like, Haechan, I haven't really been thinking about as much. I think it's just like the brain rot has finally settled down for the most part. So I am slowly looking at the other members. But I think that that is a really good thing. I think in terms of all the groups that have showed longevity with my standing of them, I have had phases where I start to like different members and I stray from my biases. And I think that's good. Like, that happened with Infinite. I like Woohyun, who's my main bias, and then I have a very strong bias line who I'm constantly just going back and forth on. And then it's the same with Pentagon. I started off with one bias and then double bias, then decided, you know what, I am going to really follow 4 members. And then it's also the same with sf9, where I do also have a bias line, as in, well, I really started only biasing Dawon, and then somehow Zuho wrecked me, and now I think I double bias, even though now I also collect OT9, and it's like a whole thing. I also collect OT9 with, oh my god, Pentagon, and maybe I'll collect OT7 Dream. It looks like I am on my way there. Like, do you see this? This is almost 3 sets of OT7 plus the glitch mode lenses that I'm also collecting. Collecting ISTJ mostly started off as something that was completely unserious, but now I have extra cards. People are trading ISTJ for next to nothing, so why not? Anyways, yes. So, one last card here is this Jaemin Golden Age. This is what I was talking about before, where I put any of their group activities into this binder. Nah, I don't feel like moving one of those over. But yeah, here is my dream collection that I am incredibly happy with. I have thought about trading away some of these older era cards, or at least selling the cards and their albums, because 1, I wasn't around for those eras, so I'm not as emotionally invested. And 2, they're just taking up space on my shelf, so I'm also looking to clear a little there. But until then, until I decide to get over my laziness, they will stay. That's it for my dream collection, and now we're going to move on to my sf9 collection. Now, I feel like I haven't added to my sf9 collection in forever, which is true because they're not releasing much music. Oops. Here we go. I'm using one of my old shitty Ultra Pro pages for this, which is why these freebies keep flying out whenever possible. But yes, I think going back to my conversation with my friend before about collecting and about how it can get really overwhelming at times, I do have a budget when it comes to collecting, and especially because I do a lot of things like fan signs, I have to be really careful about how much money I choose to spend on this hobby. And then we also got to talking about, you know, just not needing as many cards as we have, and that's so true. Look at this. I have not counted how many photo cards I have of this group in a while, I actually think I just updated my tracking spreadsheet recently, but like, come on now. I do not need this many cards. And just because it's like sf9, I am very happy having all these. But like, need is such a relative word when it comes to collecting because, one, I can honestly say I wasn't involved in most of these eras considering I've only been into them for like 2 or 3 years. So, like, what is the purpose of me having most of these cards? Aside from them making me incredibly happy, which I feel like is also just the end game of all of this. As long as it makes you happy, you can just keep doing whatever you want with them. And unfortunately, the glare for these photo cards is not going to get any better. I thought having these Ultra Pro Platinum sleeves would make them look better. I guess not. I really think it's just my light, but that light is a godsend, so I'm not really going to be changing it. But yeah, like, look at how many OT9 sets I have. I really think that at this point, I might have more sf9 cards than pentagon cards, which I think is crazy considering pentagon is like my, actually, are they in my current alt group? I would say that's hard. Just kidding. This is a difficult question. Whenever I meet like new K-pop fans in the wild, or I talk about K-pop with someone new that I meet, I almost always say that NCT Dream is my alt group just because it's easier to talk about and statistically speaking more likely that they know who Dream is. Although I do have to say it was really funny when I was talking about K-pop with my friend who went to Korea who bought me this nail polish, is that I told her I liked NCT and she was like, oh, are they a big group? I'm really only into the mainstream groups like Le Seraphim or IVE or like whatever new trending girl groups there is. And I was like, wow. I'm not gatekeeping and I'm not like trying to overstate NCT's popularity, but it was fascinating to me to think that NCT is not like mainstream. But I guess that's the difference between someone who's pretty into fandom and someone who just kind of listens to it for the music. So good for her for not being crazy like me. Anyways, here we have some more sequence photo cards. I did trade these with a friend. I think I traded her like a pentagon and then some CIX things, maybe. But yes, I am only wanting to collect this version just because I think it is the prettiest concept-wise, and all these photo cards are holographic, which is beautiful and amazing and incredible to me. So into the sleeves they go. I'm not going to be dealing with the IDs. I can't be stuffed. And I'm not dealing with any of the units down here either because I also don't care enough. I love sf9. One of the reasons why I collect OT9 is because I love all of the members. Maybe not equally, but I just have a lot of affection for them and the group as a whole. So I'm not too fussy about who I receive. That is it for my sf9 collection. Now we're going to my pentagon one. Now this is another mammoth of a collection. Yeah, not much to say here. Happy with this collection. I'm happy with how I've been downsizing them for the most part. As you can tell, I've kind of been mixing up the errors here, but my main bias line is, I hope, pretty clear. It is in no particular order. Actually, it's in age order from the way I'm saying it, but it's Hongseok, Seungwon, Yeowon, and Kino. So I think me biasing essentially half of the group is pretty promising in terms of me cheering for their longevity. Obviously, it is a lot harder keeping up with them because they're all split up and doing their own things. I'm not watching their individual fan meetings or concert streams or anything like that, so it is kind of hard for me to feel emotionally engaged, but I will still support them in whatever way I can. Most of the times that usually means financially, but yeah, that's that. I guess emotionally I'm not all in because I haven't been watching their solo content for the most part, but it's hard just because I'm into K-pop for like the extravagance and the fact that it's exciting and the fact that the groups have so many people and the idols bounce each other's energy off of the group dynamics, and when it's just watching someone solo, I'm not too interested. But I have a Kino photo card here that I traded with someone in Australia for. I think I traded a Hechan photo card. No, this doesn't fit. That is one of the worst things about these thumbs up cards, is that they don't fit the regular sleeve. And like, okay, so technically I feel like you don't really need to put them in a sleeve as long as you put them in the binder and then you just don't move the binder. So I'm not too scared of unwrapping this and throwing it in here. It is just unfortunate that it doesn't fit. Maybe if I just swap these around, because I think the middle one always happens to be a little bit tighter. Nope, I don't like that. It's okay. Once again, reduce and reuse, y'all. I am trying to open this as carefully as I can so I can reuse the sleeve in the future. Not sure for what, because it seems pretty messed up now, according to size for this thumbs up photo card. But God forbid, if I ever need to remove my thumbs up photo cards or trade them or sell them for any reason, at least I will have this sleeve already pre-made for me. But then look at how clean this one is. Like, this one is almost in perfect condition, which is pretty rare for these cards just because they're so hard to store. Just putting the photo card in raw. Let's hope nothing happens to this or my collection. But yeah, that's everything. Kino just came out with a album. Honestly, haven't listened to it just because I'm not really in the mood for new music. But oh my god, that's gonna be me adding more cards to my collection. Okay, good thing is I already have like a little Kino section portioned out here, so I will start adding his photo cards in. I think I purchased 6 pre-order benefits, and each album comes with 2 photo cards. So, like Hui, even though Hui's, went a little crazy, I think I want to do a 2-page spread, kind of like my photo cards up here. So 2-page spread, pre-order benefits, album cards, and then we'll see where we go from there. I will fix this page, probably not. I'm a little lazy. But that is everything that I have here. Just gonna show you my little Hui collection, because this collection genuinely makes me happy. And I will be back with another video. I also have this Hong Seok photo card. It's like a pre-order benefit from his fan meeting. I might sell it. Who knows? I don't really need this card, and I'm not too interested in these sorts of Polaroids. And also, I don't have space. I think that's my main thing. I always downside whenever I run out of space in this collection, and as of right now, every card, literally every, like, slot is full. I will put it back here, and then promptly forget about it until one day I come back and flip through this collection. But yes, until then, until I guess I sort my NCT Dream albums whenever those come in, or until I sort my Kino albums, I won't have any more videos to post. I don't know, I'm still debating between buying more Dream albums or just waiting for the sets on my card to be pretty cheap. But like, I was thinking to myself the other day, actually, so you know that meme that people do online whenever they're at a concert and they're like a big name group order manager, or they're like an updates account, and they say something like, oh, no one around me knows that I am like Feed Archive, or knows that I'm sf9 updates or Pentagon updates. And all I could think about was that, like, that's so true. My collection is for me only, but like whenever I'm sitting in a concert venue, all I can think about is how much money I spent on photo cards and collecting, and how it could have been spent on experiences instead. But I think that could be a conversation for a longer video in the future, maybe about downsizing, but who knows. I'm very happy with my collection right now. I do not want to downsize. I think I've downsized as much as I could possibly downsize, given my own limitations as a emotional collector. But you know, so much can change. And let me fix this before it drives me crazy. But yes, that is everything. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this and that you learned something a little bit more about me or my collection. Good luck on your own collecting adventure, and I will see you next time.